Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. We are checking out the brand new Scheananigans podcast that came out on 5/5 Cinco de Mayo, and it is a very juicy filled podcast. We learn a lot of new information regarding different people that not only did Raquel hook up with during the whole Scandoval, but also who Tom hooked up with as well. Some great juicy juice, and I don't want you guys to miss it. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button along with the bell so you are notified every time I make a video or go live. And don't be afraid. Comment below. Let me know what you think. I love hearing what you guys have to say and what you guys think about everything that's going on so we can interact some. And I hope you guys enjoy this. Let's get into it.
All right, it is time to get back into some shenanigans. I am post-stagecoach. My voice, it was way more hoarse yesterday. It's starting to slowly come back, but it was a very eventful weekend. And now we're back. We're in LA. I wanted to make a joke, but I feel rude making it. I'm going to say, I've got the starter pony himself here, Mr. Peter Madrigal.
I kept on saying, do the joke. I don't mind. Do the joke.
Oh, we're going to get into it. This honestly was a show that I didn't even really have to prep because the amount of questions and love you got from the post that I put up, I was like, that's the show right there. We're going to do
I love it. Thank you, everyone.
As many questions as we can get to because you guys sent in so many better things that I could even think of asking. So let's just get into it. I asked Peter last night if he could bring me some starter pony merch because I wanted to wear that for the podcast, but I guess he has to order some more. So for those of you watching on YouTube, I am wearing some mock-ups of some of my new merch that we're working on. We've got Justice is Served. Now, I know it's been like a little over a month since I went to court, but I'm not sent it to Daryl Lala. I don't do things like overnight. I needed some time to figure out the colors and the fonts and all of that. So for those of you watching, comment below. Do you like the blue crew neck? Do you like the tan tee? We're working on some ideas, but that should be available on shop.dearmedia.com soon. So tell me what's going on with the starter pony. Why could I not get a t-shirt today? Did they sell out?
Yeah, I've sold out on a bunch of them, so I got to reorder some more.
Amazing.
Number1guy.com.
Yes. Oh, that's right. You got that.
Yeah, number one guy. The numeral one. The numeral one. Number one guy.
I love that.
How are you, by the way?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
I know.
I mean,
I'm sitting right here. I'm all like,
in what sense? It's been a crazy few months. It's been a crazy few weeks. The last few weeks have been more fun, crazy.
Up, down, left, right, out. And,
You know, it's been a lot. I had to leave Coachella early to fly to New York to do Watch What Happens Live again. And then even just being back there, it was like the scene of the crime.
Oh,
it was, yeah, but it was fun. And
scene of the crime.
You know, that's where it all started. That was in that moment when I looked at her, when she said Sandoval was the hotter Tom. It just...
There you go. There it was.
It was so off. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
First of all,
when did that happen?
Who thinks that? Like, I only had said Sandoval because I didn't want his ego to be bruised when we both said Schwartz because I thought 100, she's going to say Schwartz.
Yeah.
And then she didn't. And I was like,
You just go like, huh?
Interesting. Why did you say that?
Exactly.
We have so much to talk about, but I want to start with the fact that the Vanderpump Rules season finale trailer got leaked this morning.
Yeah, I just saw that today, actually. Bravo was going live on Instagram right before you walked in. I was like, oh, what are they talking about? And they're like, we're not talking about the leak right now. We're not talking about the finale leak.
Yeah.
I was like, what happened? I was literally like, okay.
Yeah, so I saw Ryan Bailey posted that this morning, and I was like, wait a second. Then I go to this account. It's a brand new account. It says like Bravo Bone Collector. And I'm like, they made this account to leak the trailer. Yeah. And you see, like, you know, when we get the episode sent to us, it'll have like the time code and stuff, but it always has a watermark.
Exactly.
So there's no watermark on it yet, which means this was definitely someone on production, most likely an editor.
Inside job.
Who did it. Yeah. So they leaked it. It was all over the internet. And I'm sure Bravo was then like, well, guess we have to post it because it's already out there. So then Bravo posted a slightly different version that also included a little scene of Kristen Doty. But like,
Kristen
Peter,
Doty.
I was not prepared to see that this morning. I'm still getting my brain cells back, and I was just not mentally, emotionally prepared to watch that. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
No,
do you want to see it?
rock and roll.
I think we need to see it because wow. I mean, my jaw was on the floor. I was literally shaking.
Oh, no.
I text production and I was like, oh my God. They're like, how did this get out? What? I was, okay.
Who has access to those tapes, production?
Probably the editors. All right.
Yeah.
Next time on the season finale of Vanderpump Rules.
I was going to break up with Ariana regardless.
But you didn't. You your best friend instead.
I sacrificed everything. Now my world just got turned upside down.
I felt something I hadn't felt in a very long time.
Jesus Christ, man.
Me and Raquel became like really good friends.
I don't give a about Raquel! Your friendship is bullshit.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You know everything.
You think this is the first time he's been creeping around?
It was one other time.
Come on. How long have you known?
Tom told me this a month ago. Are you and Sandoval an item now, Raquel?
No. I regret ever loving you. You don't deserve any of this. It turned out so horribly wrong. You ready?
I have chills again.
I got some goosebumps going on right here. I got some goosebumps going on right there. I'm like...
The fact that this bitch has a smirk on her face.
Yeah, she's like, this is horribly wrong.
Oops.
No.
Oops. Which is... It was her reaction when we were in New York that night. That's why the second she grabbed my wrist, I just had to shove her off me because I was like, what is wrong with you?
Well, when you told me the story of how you found out, she was so nonchalant about the whole
remorse.
Thing. Yeah, it's like, oh, by the way, when you told me, it was literally like, oh, by the way, Sandoval and I are sleeping together.
Mm-hmm.
And your reaction to me when you told me that was like, what the fuck? Wait, what?
Yeah.
How do you just like glance over something like that?
I know.
Oh, man, that's going to be okay, first of all, the editor, they got to find out who that is because ixnay that person.
Ixnay
that person.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you can't do that.
No.
You know, because this isn't just, this is his life. This is he's not going to get another job in the business. Sorry,
well,
you cannot leak something like that and expect more work. Nope. Bye-bye. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
but
so I watched it multiple times and I was like, hold on, I need to see that again. Oh my, it was just every time. It was still just as jaw-dropping.
Yeah. That trailer was fire. It was really good, Yeah. They knocked it out of the ballpark.
I mean, wow.
I can't, I you know me, I don't really watch.
So what do you guys think of the leaked Vanderpump Rules trailer for the finale? OMG. I know it's going to be a very intense conversation between Ariana and Sandoval, and I hope that they do not portray Ariana as like overly aggressive, though at that point she had just found out that her boyfriend partner of 9 years was cheating on her with her best friend for 7 months. And yeah, she got overly loud and frustrated with the things that he was saying, which I would too. Trying to say, well, he's like so close to her and Raquel is his best friend. Excuse me? No. So I get why she was upset and yelled, all of that. But I don't want them to make her look very aggressive because she was just very upset in that moment and she's allowed to be. Then the last part of the leaked Vanderpump Rules finale trailer with Sandoval over at Raquel's and just the smirk and grin and smile and just the comments they made to each other. Disgusting in my opinion. If you have not seen the trailer, please go check it out on Instagram. I would put it right here in the video, but YouTube does not like when you put even like a clip of a TV show on your channel, of course. And honestly, you should go check out this Instagram page anyways. They're amazing. They always post the latest Vanderpump Rules news, and they are a big help to me, let alone I love just checking them out and seeing all the new info that they come up with every day. It is Pump Rules on IG. You can check out the link down below in the description if you want to check them out. They are amazing and they should be a follow on your Instagram page. But let's go on with this podcast.
I don't watch the show, but I'll watch that. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
All right, what happens? Am I getting everything right? Because, my whole thing since the beginning of this, when she called me a starter pony, you can make the joke, by the way. When she called me a starter pony, I was like, how the hell? Because the first interview that I was going to do was Allison Rosen.
Okay.
Right? So that was already planned before all this broke, right? So when she called me that, it was like the week before I was going to go on Allison's podcast. I was like, how the hell am I going to address this? And then once that came out, the Scandoval came out that Friday after that Wednesday, I was like, oh, hell no. So I was being used, in a sense, to cover up this illicit affair.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people were.
They were, yeah. A lot of people were. That's why she was like, oh, I'm going to go with Peter, and then Oliver, and then Tom. You know what I mean? Just to cover this whole thing up.
There was someone else, too, but I'm not going to get into that just yet.
We don't have to get into that just yet.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. A friend of mine.
Oh, boy.
I know. So.
Do I know this person?
You would know who they are if I told you.
Okay.
I can tell you after.
But it was just they were used as a cover for this whole thing.
Yeah.
So, wow.
And I don't think Sandoval knew about this person at the time either.
Oh, this is gonna get really juicy really quickly.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I wonder who this person is that Raquel also hooked up with. That's a friend of Scheana's. I will say this. At first, when she was talking about this, I was like, oh, it's got to be Joey. Just wait, though, because you'll hear a little later in the podcast. I'm not going to give it all away. I'm just going to let you know it's not Joey.
So we had a million questions come in for you. So many compliments came in for you. Some of the top things that people said were, why do we not have more Peter? When are we going to get more Peter? Will Peter ever cut his hair? That was a very popular one. Someone said you should take a page from Brock's book and you should cut your hair.
You know this. I've done that before.
I know, and you looked fire. I think you should do it again. It takes 10 years off you.
Does it really?
It really does.
I feel like Samson losing his hair, though. That's like my story. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But look at Brock. He actually looks younger with his haircut.
I know. But that means I'm the only guy left with the long hair in the group.
I mean, maybe long hair's out.
Maybe it is. Maybe I just bring it
I
back.
love long hair. I honestly did not think I would like Brock's haircut as much as I do. But now I'm like, you're never growing it out again unless the pure reason is to cut and donate it again.
Wow. Okay.
So just food for thought. A lot to want to see Peter with the short hair again.
Wow. Okay. You know what's funny is that I was actually contemplating it this year.
It might be the time.
Maybe.
Season 11, let's chop the pony.
Oh, yeah. Let's chop that pony.
Someone else, they wrote in, they were like, wait, is he a starter pony because of the ponytail? And I was like, was that a serious question or are you being funny?
I still think that it was a knock against Ariana because Ariana's an equestrian.
Yeah.
So it was like a double entendre. It was a double insult.
Yeah.
It wasn't just an insult to me.
Right.
It was an insult to her.
I mean.
And that's why I keep on thinking that, her and Tom kind of schemed together to figure out an insult that would be an insult to both myself and Ariana.
See, I could see Tom being smart enough to do that, but I don't think her brain works that way.
Interesting.
Because that would mean it worked.
I guess I'm giving her more credit than she should.
Yeah, there's some people who think she's really smart, calculating, conniving, and then there's the rest of us that.
And then there's the people that actually know her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to know, and so does Sandy Couture 90. What's your take on Billy and Sandoval? Back in the day when there was the rumor, and currently now that we know and they have been seen to be hanging out again.
That's an interesting question. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Do you remember when that rumor was a thing?
Yeah, I do actually. That they were sleeping.
I think it's true.
You think it's true?
I think a lot of things now because I feel like I just saw only the good. And now I'm seeing a lot of the bad.
And you're going back in time in your mind.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, you go back and think about Miami Girl all those years ago.
Yeah. Well, as you see in the trailer, he said it was more than once.
More than once with Rachel or more than once with other?
Someone else. If not many else. Who knows?
Many else. I thought that there was another girl.
Well,
I saw that on Instagram or something.
Yeah, that will be in the finale. But I mean, you saw him say it was more than once.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. I kind of think something maybe did happen with him and Billy back in the day, and they just made a pact, to not tell anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Because why would they? That would fuck up the relationship and friendship and their lives, as it just did with Rachel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Now that I look back on everything, I think that definitely happened.
Yeah. Maj Britt GL, the text from Scandoval, asking about you hooking up with Rachel. Can you elaborate, please? This is something that a lot of people sent in too. I know you've spoken about it on some other podcasts. But what was it? It was after he saw the first episode, he texted you and was like, did you guys actually fuck?
Okay, all right. Well, I'll get back into story mode again. I've told this story many times, and everyone's all like, Peter, we get it. It's all like, well, I always get asked about it, so I gotta tell the story. Sorry, Okay, so I'm in complete euphoria because I celebrate 3 months in a row. Thanksgiving in November, Christmas in December, December, Gasparilla in January. Now,
Yes.
Gasparilla is a pirate festival. It's like Mardi Gras, but you dress like a pirate.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that for years.
No,
That's
I love
why when
it.
Dana said I would have remembered making out with a pirate. That's not an insult.
You're like, but that was in January and this was in June.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. It's like, that's not an insult. I go to the pirate festival in Tampa Bay every year. People
love
like
that.
They see me, they're like, Peter, are any of the other cast members? I was like, no, it's just me. This is my
Yeah.
thing. This is what I do every year.
Love
So
it.
anyway, I'm getting off the plane, take my phone off of airplane mode. And the first text that comes up, bing, it's Tom Sandoval. And the text message literally is, dude, did you bang Raquel that night after filming? I think it was. I can't remember exactly.
The first night of filming after
Yeah,
Sir, when you
exactly,
stayed at her
yes.
house.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he put a laughing emoji, LOL. I'll have to.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah. Basically, this. Let me see. Let me get it for you. I'm gonna read it to you perfectly verbatim. Dude! Exclamation point. Just watched the first episode. LOL! Exclamation point. Did you bang Raquel that night after Sir? Exclamation point. Question mark. Laughing crying emoji. And this guy never sends me laughing crying
LOL,
emojis.
laughing crying emoji. It's
Yes.
just like,
And like at that point in time, Scheana, at that point in time, I was literally thinking like, what's the portrayal of me?
also,
what did they portray?
like, why are you asking me this?
Yes, exactly. So that my mind directly goes back to myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, wait.
Because
what
why
did
would
they
Tom
show?
care?
Yeah, why would Tom give a shit? But maybe he's just being like, bro, dude, they made you look like you bang.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I'm
right.
like, first of all, bang. Like, come on, are we in the 90s? Just spell it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the first thought that comes to my mind, because I would never, ever suspect in a million years that he would ever
Of course not.
cheat on Ariana.
Yeah.
So I was all like, how do they portray me, right? Mm-hmm. And so, I decided to get the video and watch it, and I was like, this is fine.
Yeah.
And then nothing else passed, nothing else
Right.
like went through my mind until after everything started unraveling, and we found out all about this whole situation, and then I was like, wait a second.
That text.
That fucking text.
Yeah.
That text. Holy shit, there it is. So in my mind, I'm all like, okay, yeah, he was definitely banging her way before we even started filming in July. So the Tom that was accused of making out with Rachel at Coachella
Was Sandoval.
It wasn't Schwartz, because even Schwartz told me I
believe
was
that.
not at Coachella.
Yeah. He wasn't. And what everyone thought was, oh, Brock's friend Joey, who looks kind of similar to Schwartz, it must have been him because the four of us were hanging out. I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, they never made out. So someone's saying they saw her making out with Tom. She wasn't making out with Joey. Schwartz had said that in one of the episodes this season. He's like, this was the guy she actually did make out with. I'm like, they never made out. They never had anything. They were just hanging out.
Yeah.
So
I wish that whoever put that out there had elaborated just.
well, I
saw
did
Tom
see
Sandoval.
a blind item, and someone said that they shared a pedicab with Tom Sandoval and her, and that this person witnessed them make out. But that was just like a one-time blind item. There's no photo, there's no proof. But I did see someone say that. So
Okay,
I'm
now
like,
it's
I
definitely
believe
believable. It's
I believe
definitely
it.
believable. I mean,
Yeah.
I take it all the way back to, like his reaction. But people were saying his reaction when she broke it off at the reunion with James Kennedy. His reaction was all like, okay, cool. So maybe they were an item then.
See, I don't want to think it went back that deep. I really. But it's like, I want to say, like, I didn't think she had it in her, but she clearly had a lot in her, literally.
So there you go. Joey and Raquel never hooked up. My thing is, why didn't Scheana correct this during this season? Maybe she did, and the producers didn't edit it in, and they wanted it to look a certain way. But we ultimately thought this whole season that we've seen it, that when Schwartz said, oh, it was Joey that she was kissing at Coachella, and then the whole wedding, like, oh, you have Joey and you have Schwartz you can make out with, that it was something that had already happened. I also do believe, and I've been saying this since my live that I did, my very first live with the Vanderpump stuff, that this whole affair has been happening a lot longer than 7 months. I do personally think that it started back during Coachella. I get that the blind item was now come forward to be that they had kissed in a cab that was shared with another person. Clearly that person who shared the cab can't, whip out their phone and be like, cheese. But it would be nice to have some evidence. Though at this point, I kind of believe that person over Sandoval and Raquel any day. They're just lying pieces of shit, in my opinion. Do I believe that it happened? I do. And I do believe whoever did see this happen, I would love for them to come forward and be like, this is the story. This is what happened. It wasn't actually at Coachella, but we were leaving from Coachella and we shared a car. Because that would make more sense, and then it wouldn't be like, well, there's the confusion. Because if it was at Coachella where there's millions of people, yeah, I could see someone easily, like, you know, mixing up whoever the Toms are or whatever the case may be. But this was clearly, no, I shared a cab with this person, and this is what these two were doing, kind of thing. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Do you think that this was going on longer than 7 months? Now, when they're about to talk about the proposal between Raquel and James, I honestly don't think that it was happening before the proposal or after the proposal when they broke up. I think it did happen shortly after everything happened around Coachella time. Let me know what you guys think. I love hearing what you guys think. Please, let me know. What do you think? Has this been going on longer than 7 months? And if so, when do you think this all started? I think they went with guys' night because it was convenient. What do you think? Let me know below. Let's continue, though.
Didn't he pay for the ring and the reception?
I mean, he paid for the fireworks and a big part of Coachella, and he said that he did that for like production value, so it looked like extra cool, you know? But I will say, at the time, that's who Sandoval was. He was a very generous, over-the-top, would drop thousands of dollars on a friend type of person, which I always thought was just like, wow, you are such an amazing friend.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Look at how generous and giving you are. But now it's like, I'm so fucking jaded by this guy who was my best friend for 13 years. I'm like, were you generous or were you narcissistic? And you just wanted the attention of like, look at what I did. I did good.
I literally like I loved everybody on the show. You know what I mean? I was like, and I was always, I keep on saying it, I was always content to being Peter's their manager, who just kind of like managed the restaurant, go to the parties, hang out at the bar, just chill. And you saw that on like episode 2 when I get dumped.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later.
Oh God.
By her, and I'm just like, whatever. I don't care. Like it's like, all right, I'm not gonna go begging for. I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, all right, yeah, you don't want to see me, okay.
Yeah, and also when she was like, oh, I have to break up with Peter tonight, I was like, you guys aren't dating. You're not in a relationship. You're not breaking up with him. You're just not continuing going on dates.
She just wanted to consolidate me. It was fine.
Oh, God. You know what the text that he sent you reminds me of? I forgot this part in my episode last week, but one of my top cringe moments of last week's episode, which I don't know if you saw, but Sandoval is in interviews and they go, has anything ever happened between you and Raquel? And he's like, no. I mean, like, just no. He could have just said no. Like if Brock would have been asked about it in an interview, he'd be like, no, nothing ever happened. No, end of story. But he kept doubling down. He's like, you know, like nothing would happen with me and Raquel that would happen like with like me and like Katie. And the amount of times this guy says like, I know I say like a lot on Scheananigans. I'm trying to be better about that. But it was just
it's like someone asked me if anything happened between you and me, and it was like, absolutely not. No.
That's it. It's just like a one answer.
Yes.
But he kept doubling down and then brought Katie into it to try and justify that Raquel is similar to a friendship like he has with Katie.
Okay.
I can't. Nibor 27 wants to know, how many servers has Peter served?
Before or after becoming management?
Both.
Before management, 2.
Katie and Stassi?
Katie I made out with.
Okay. Okay.
The other one, should I say a name?
No, you don't need to put her business out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to. That's why I was like, Stassi, everyone knows.
Yeah.
Katie and I made out. Everyone made it a bigger deal than it really was. Post-management, none. 0.
Okay. Yeah. Does Rachel still work at Sir? Is she still employed by the restaurant? A lot of people were asking.
We're going to have to like save that for later.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah,
maybe that's a season 11 conversation.
That's a season 11 conversation.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
SK Garcia _ what are your thoughts on how you were portrayed on the show? Because I agree with everyone. We don't have enough Peter. And you have been involved since day one.
Yes.
You have literally been a part of this from the pilot. And it's just like, why is there not more Peter? You make more sense.
Right. All of a sudden I'm missing.
But it was like we needed Brett and Max. But it's like, Peter's here. Yeah, well, he's always been here.
Yeah, I know. Who are Brett and Max? I mean, I have a sneaky suspicion that that Max was supposed to replace me. I don't know. No, I just have that feeling. But you know what? I mean, that guy was that dude. That one. I mean, he and I probably would have already gotten into a confrontation at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Why do you think that I don't have enough screen time?
I don't know. I ask myself that all the time. Like
I had some really good scenes this year too.
I know.
This season.
I know.
Some of them you don't see.
I know. And we've had so many fun times. Like when we went to Miami and we were roommates, and we're like, no, we're literally just roommates. Like we're friends.
And then you try to like cover my face up with a pillow.
Oh, you're snoring so loud. I was like, I'm not trying to kill you. I just want you to be quiet, please.
Having you as a roommate was awesome, by the way.
It was
That was
so
much fun. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite trips.
Yeah, what'd you tell you? You were like, Peter, don't bring any girls back. I'm like, I'm not.
That room was the size of a shoebox.
It was as big as this room.
Please
This is the
don't.
size,
It
right
was
here.
with two queen beds.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, yeah, that was awesome. So, someone asked me that. It's like, oh, Peter, you were staying in the room with Scheana. Did you hook up? I was like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's my sister from another mister. So,
Yeah.
no,
Seriously.
fuck up with that.
We're like
But
Family
we are
Madrigal.
fam. We are fam, yes. Family Madrigal.
Since Encanto came out, how many times do people
All the
ask
time.
you what your magic powers are? Because I got one in here too.
All the time. I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, like, but I think they used some of my face.
I mean,
and
clearly you are
attributes.
that character.
Right?
What's his name? Why am I drawing a blank right now? Isabella's boyfriend.
It starts with an M. I'm drawing a blank too.
Isabella, your boyfriend's here. Time for dinner. I can hear the whole song.
Yeah, me too.
Mariano.
There it is.
Disney _ speaking of Encanto, Daisy says, Peter, not a question, just a fact. He's the #1 guy in the group.
Well,
Love him. You got a lot of compliments.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
no, there were
Thank you
so
much.
many people sent in so much love for you.
I appreciate you
Also,
guys.
darling Daisy Sandros had a lot of questions for you. So I'm just going to rattle them off.
Okay.
And whichever you want to answer.
All right.
Do you think Lala and Jax ever hooked up? Peter, will you forever live in LA? Peter, why aren't
Maybe.
you married? You seem like the marrying kind.
We can get into that. I'm not going to mention any names, but I've been in relationships, and you've met some of the girls that I've brought around.
We got some questions too about Sarah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were like, what happened to the girl with the kid? Also, I saw her Instagram recently.
She looks
I think
so different
Katie
now.
still follows her. Night and day.
Night and
I was like,
day.
that's not her. And Katie goes, no, for some reason I still follow her.
Holy
This
shit.
is her.
Wow.
Mary F. Kill, Stassi, Kristen, Lala.
Mary F. Kill, Stassi, Kristen, Lala. Stassi, Kristen, Lala. Mary, Lala. F. Katie?
It was Kristen, not Katie, but
Kristen, yeah, Kristen. And then bye-bye, Stassi.
okay. Which VPR lady were you most into? Be honest. No, I can't tell. BS, they said.
Wait, which VPR lady I was
I
most
guess
into?
maybe out of like the ones you've dated, or was there ever anyone like, like a Vale or someone like, who have you been most interested in who we've seen you with on the show?
I mean, at this point, I would say Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was I was actually dating her on the show.
Yeah,
you know?
her kid, man, is probably like going to be a teenager
Yeah,
if he's not already.
Definitely a teenager now.
Wow.
Holy shit.
So crazy.
That
Kids,
makes me
they
feel
grow
old.
up.
I know, right? That makes me feel old.
I
Holy
know.
shit.
Scheana _2. Do you think you can ever be friends with Sandoval or Rachel again?
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Same.
I don't, like, why would I, you can't trust someone like that now. Like, everything that they
No.
would say after an entire year of just going behind someone's back.
Yeah.
Hey, why would you ever trust that person?
Yeah.
You have to question everything that comes out of both of their mouths now.
100%. And I know Sandoval has been like running his mouth and saying stuff about, just even this podcast and, people using it for whatever. And he's like, it's as if, the 13 years of friendship meant nothing. I'm like, it's not that it meant nothing. It's just now I question everything.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm like,
sadistic what happened. I mean, it's like, how can you go behind someone's back like that? I mean, like, just kind of say, okay, I'm going to break up with you because it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
That's more of a responsible human being's reaction. It's like, I don't see this going anywhere. I'm sorry. We're going to break up.
no. And out of everyone who I started the show with, literally, like our original cast, like we're not saying Schwartz and Ariana, but the original core group, out of everyone, I would have never thought that the person who was going to hurt me the most was Tom Sandoval.
Yeah.
He was my #1.
Yeah.
So it's not that it all means nothing. It's just, I now question everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
And then I think back to Miami Girl,
Yeah.
which you guys will find more out about in the finale. And I'm like, I was always questioning you, and I remember how I used to feel about him. But then once Ariana was like, no, this is my man, I was like, all right, I support you.
Yeah.
I will drop it. I will stop questioning him. And him and I grew into even a closer friendship after that.
Yeah.
But looking back,
Yeah, you have so many questions now.
so many.
You know what I mean? It's like something like that. You just can't trust someone like that anymore.
Yeah.
And this is where I question Schwartz. and how Schwartz doesn't feel more betrayed, doesn't feel more hurt, doesn't feel like why he doesn't feel more that Sandoval used him. Now, I get that they're like best friends, but Scheana was also close to Sandoval. They had a very long friendship as well. And just her feeling very upset and feeling like she doesn't know who this person is anymore. She questions everything that happened because of just how different this person was, that how they were one way and here they are a completely different way behind your back. I would never be able to be friends with somebody like that again. And Scheana is that way right now, where she's like, I don't ever want to have a friendship with him again. I don't think I could ever have a friendship with him again after all of this. Now, why doesn't Schwartz feel that way? Schwartz was literally used as part of the plot twist. And in my opinion, I do believe that Sandoval was like, oh, when Scheana said that about, making out with Schwartz, in Sandoval's little head, it was like, light bulb. We can use this, Raquel. Go make out with Schwartz. Like, I can see that totally happening and kind of covering it up. And then it's like, well, if you make out with Schwartz, like, that's more of an excuse for you to be hanging out with me more because I'm always with Schwartz. Da-da-da-da-da. I can see it in his little brain using this as part of a plot. And that's what it seems like. It totally seems that way. What do you guys think? I want to know. Do you think Schwartz should be more pissed off and upset with Sandoval? Do you think he should feel more betrayed? Do you think he should feel like, I don't know this person that I called my friend, like Scheana feels like? Why doesn't he? Or is it because Schwartz knew more than what people, or he even said he knew? To me, he knew more than what we realize. How much more? I'm not quite sure. When he was told, I'm not quite sure. But I do know he knew more than anybody else. And that he kept it quiet for longer than he said. Schwartz is covering for his friend who would never cover for him the same way. I'm just saying, friend-wise, Sandoval will never cover for Schwartz if this was a reverse situation the way Schwartz is covering for Sandoval. And that, to me, is a very weird thing that's happening. And why? We will never know. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that Schwartz knew way longer? Do you think he knew from the beginning? Do you think he knew towards the end? What do you all think? And do you think that Schwartz should be more pissed off at Sandoval? And if you do, why? Why do you think he's not? There has to be a reason. Let me know below. I love hearing what you have to say.
It's like, okay.
Well. Yeah. Miss Amy Marks wants to know if you felt like Rachel was dating you for airtime and clout.
She was definitely dating for a cover-up.
That's for sure.
That's why everyone's like, oh, Peter, why are you commenting so much on this? Because I'm directly involved in the bullshit.
Exactly. We're literally directly involved. These are our friends. You were used.
Yeah, before it was like, remember what I told you.
Yeah.
I always stay out of it. I'm content to do my thing, be Peter's manager, and that's why like everyone that says, oh, he's just looking for clout. Have you not been paying attention for the past 10 years?
You've always been here.
Yeah, I've always been here, but at the same time, I've just been like, yeah, I'll manage the restaurant and drink and have a good time and have my shots of tequila, and I'm good, baby. I'll get some lap dances from the girls in Cabo.
I gave you a lap dance once upon a time too.
Yeah, at my birthday, 30th birthday, yeah. And that's it. That's me. You know? And then, but when this happened, it's like I'm not looking for. I felt personally offended by this whole thing. Okay, and not even. I understand that Ariana, like what happened to Ariana, is like that's the main person that should be feeling the most pissed off about this whole situation. Yeah. But I'm pissed off too because I was used in this sadistic cover up.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm one of the guys that was like, oh yeah, let's go on a date, because I'm just trying to cover something up. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm directly involved in this. I didn't choose to be involved in it.
No.
You made me involved.
Exactly.
So now, okay, fine. You want to go big boy? Let's go. I don't mind.
Do you think Schwartz knew prior to making out with her? Do you think he went along with that, or do you think he found out truly after?
I'm starting to think that he did. No.
Really?
I'm starting to think that, yeah.
Oh.
After all, this is all conjecture. Like, I'm like, I don't want to.
No, it's everyone's opinion. I mean, he said that he found out the week after he made out with her, and that was one of the things that he said to Sandoval was like, did it happen before or after I made out with her? Like, I believe that he found out after, but I don't know how much he was told. Someone else asked, I need to find it, but I remember this question. It said, if you were to have seen Tom and Rachel, or Tom cheating on Ariana with anyone, not even necessarily her, would you have abided by bro code, or would you have told Ariana?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. I would have talked to him first.
Yeah.
Number one, it'd be like, because you know me, I called out Jax back in the day. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I told him, if Tom comes for you, I'm not standing in the way. I'm not gonna. You guys fight it out. So I probably would have told Ariana, but I'd go to him first. Like, how long has this been going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
CC Me Seeds was who asked that, and I was like, that's a really good question.
That's a good question. Yeah.
And then Real Vanderpump said, Peter said he saw Tom and Rachel at the Abbey, who he was with. When was this? So were you also there that night that Allie saw them? Or was this a different time?
This is a different. I don't think Allie was there. I went to the Abbey with these.
Peter, spill the tea.
Okay, I'll spill the tea. Why not? So one night, this group of ladies, they're all like, let's go. We started with some. I was off of work. So I think Paula was closing. I was like, hey, let's go to the Abbey. Let's get a couple of drinks. They're like, yeah, sure. And then I think they had a conference the next morning or something. So we kept on. We were drinking a little bit, and they're like, yeah, we got to go. I was like, okay, cool. So I was on my way out. Then all of a sudden, Rachel and Tom both flagged me down, and they were like by the there's the main bar and then the dance floor, and then there's this other bar right across the way.
Right.
They were there, and as I was walking out toward the entrance, I was going to walk home because I live right next door. I didn't have to drive here. I live right there.
Yeah.
I saw they flagged me down. I was like, oh hey guys, what's going on? So Rachel and I get into a conversation about stuff, and then Tom's just around, and I think there was some other people there. I can't remember. I think Brad might have been there, but yeah, they were just. And I asked Tom, I was like, where's Ariana? Oh, she had to go to bed. I was like, I didn't even, like I said.
No one questioned it because it was just a group of friends.
Exactly. You don't really question it. And, so I've seen that. Yeah, I saw them together.
And who would cheat so blatantly? Like, why? He even said this season. He's like, if I was going to take a secret rendezvous out, it wouldn't be to the Abbey. I'm like, or it would be, because it seems so obvious that it's like, they wouldn't do that at the Abbey. Of course nothing's going on. They're at the Abbey. Everyone goes to the Abbey.
So now that's a second time they were caught at the Abbey together. First with Allie, and now Peter is saying he also caught them again at the Abbey together, and that Ariana wasn't there, and it was just kind of weird. I would love for when Ariana does talk to somebody to find out, like, did she ever go to the Abbey with them? Because I feel like this place has more meaning than maybe we realize right now. Maybe there's something to this place. And like Scheana just said, like, we all say, like, why would they do it in such an obvious spot where everyone goes? Well, maybe, like, the Abbey was that spot where, yes, it's an obvious place, but it's not so obvious that they can do this. That's what this place sounds like. It's very interesting. What do you guys think? Do you know anything about the Abbey? Do you think that this was, like, their place to go to do things? I'm curious. Now, leave me a comment below and let me know. This next part, this is where right after he says this, they had a little ad, and then it goes into Peter and Raquel dating and how that all happened, their first night together and all of that. So this is how it literally was broken up when I just took the ad out. So it will sound a little weird, but this is how it was. So let's get into it.
So you tell me, Peter, take her home. I was like, yeah, sure, right?
Yeah, because I'm like, she can't drive.
No, she can't. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
And I wanted to make sure she was taken care of.
Exactly.
And I knew you were sober and fine to take care of her.
Exactly. So, even Ariana was like, I know what's going on here between you.
Yeah.
But
like, she wanted it too. She was literally making out with you. Cameras didn't catch it.
Yeah.
But me, Katie, and Ariana were all like, anyone else seen this right now?
Jeremiah. Because, she was all like, because you, at that, we were on those little chairs.
Yeah.
You were all like, Peter, just make out with Raquel. I was all like, okay. I mean, like, I don't, I'm at work. And she's like, yeah, Peter, just kiss me. I was like, okay, do you remember that? And
yeah.
We started making out.
Yeah.
And then you were like, she also asked me, what are your deepest, darkest secrets? I remember that.
You're like, what's yours, bitch?
Yeah, I was all like, no, I told her, I was like, you gotta get to know me a little bit better than that, than just like a couple nights of making out,
Yeah.
So then you were all like, take her home. She's not physically able to drive. I was like, cool, awesome. So she has her head stuck out the window while I'm driving.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And then she throws up. It's all over her door. I go, clean all that up. And then she still has the window open. I drive her home. I pick her up. I carry her to the elevator, carry her into her apartment, right? Clean up the rest of her, go back downstairs, clean up the rest of her door, then go back upstairs. She's got her head over the toilet, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just there, just kind of like rubbing her back. I'm like, okay, right? Finally, she's able to go to sleep. I carry her, put her in her bed, and then I pass out on the couch.
Her tiny ass little couch right there.
Yeah. But you know what? Hey, I can sleep anywhere.
Totally.
And you know what? Looking back on it is kind of sadistic and creepy, because the next day I was we were filming at her apartment, and it was myself, Ariana, and her.
Right. Before Hotel Ziggy.
So yeah, and Ariana was asking, "Oh, Peter, where did you sleep? Did you sleep on the bed with her?" I was like, "No, I slept on the couch." And they were hanging out like as if nothing was going on. That's what I find fucking sadistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looking back on it, I'm like, oh my god, this is really just disgusting.
No, literally last week on the podcast, I had Mackenzie and Deb from Love Island, who are mutual friends of Brad, and they know Ariana and whatnot. And they go, so since we've been in the group, they go, and also Deb has known Rachel since grade school.
Yeah.
And she goes, it's crazy how they seem to become closer after the affair started.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. That's what's crazy is Raquel and I were way closer.
Yeah.
Before all of this. And then once this started, she started pulling away from me. I felt it. But then she was getting closer to Ariana, but it wasn't in like a weird way or anything like that to me. I was just like, I got a baby. You guys don't. And I saw nothing weird about it. But now I was like, yeah, she didn't ask Ariana to be a bridesmaid. They weren't as close then. That's so sick and twisted.
Yes.
Gross.
Holy shit.
Cold Tote wants to know, what did you even like about Rachel that made you want to make out with her?
She's hot, I guess. There you go. Simple answer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So many questions. Allie Wageman, has Raquel tried to reach out to any of the cast since the reunion? Not that I've heard of.
Not that I've heard of. Nope.
I still am like, bitch, where's my apology? The amount of emotional turmoil this chick put me through for over a month of dealing with restraining order, going to court.
Which we need to talk about.
All of this. Yes.
We need to talk about
Hence, the new merch, Justice is Served, because it was all dismissed.
I like that SUR, by the way.
Yeah, it was. I wish I knew. One fan tweeted me and they're like, you need to do Justice is Served merch. And I was like, it's actually a great idea.
That's an amazing idea.
So here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
if it was you, hit me up. Thank you. People have the best ideas. Sim Squats. Is there anyone who's no longer on the show that you're happy about?
That I'm happy about.
Yeah.
Who do I not like? Oh, Max. I don't know. I'm just like that guy. That guy was.
Yeah, we recently made up, so I love him again. But
okay, cool. I mean, I don't really dislike.
I think he's in a much different place now than he was then, and I think what happened with him was a very humbling experience.
Yeah, because he was very arrogant. Even Guillermo would be like, "Who does this guy think he is?"
Yeah, I hated him for a minute.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I was all like, "Who does this fucking guy think he is?" You know what I mean? So yeah, if he was still on the show, we've already gotten an altercation because it was a very humbling experience for him. I think it was a come to Jesus moment.
Yeah,
as they say.
Absolutely.
So he found out that I'm not untouchable.
Yeah. I just want you to know, Erica Castellano, no comment, but Peter with short hair is a game changer, and he should know.
Okay.
And also, I got another one right here. Donna didn't. Would he ever consider cutting his hair again? Because I loved
Donna.
it.
Oh,
there were a lot. A lot of people want to know.
Oh, baby. Oh, no.
So many Encanto references. What's your magical power?
I don't know what like rearranging books, I guess. I don't know. Like, what would be my magical power? I watched it just for like the Peter references. There's like the grandpa who saved everybody. His name Peter Madrigal.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
abuelo.
With
he was lost.
Yeah. And
we're like,
no,
he was killed.
Yeah, he was killed, but he had the dark features with the
No, he did.
goatee,
He looked very much like Mariano. I was like, are they the same?
So someone at Disney really is a fan of Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah. Right? I mean, there's no way that's a coincidence. That character looks exactly like you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Candace England, Peter is awesome and underappreciated. I agree.
Thank you.
Carrie Guyette, does Peter want children and is he currently dating anyone?
Do I want children? Yeah, of course I want children. I'd love to have children.
Yeah?
You know,
are you dating anyone? Casual?
Here and there.
Okay.
Off and on.
Okay. Jackie Smile Jacobson. It's funny because I think Rachel is the real starter pony. Peter is a stallion, she said.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I do have the hair of a stallion.
Yeah. Fifi Millen, will Peter ever leave, sir?
Time will tell, won't it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything right now.
Hey, I also saw people had asked if you've ever wanted to open up your own restaurant since you obviously have so much experience. Oh, he gave me a wink. Stay tuned. KaylaJade.ox, what's your career ambition? Is it opening up your own restaurant?
Oh, I have several career ambitions.
Is that one of them?
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
Jenna813, what's your favorite project you've worked on and why?
My favorite project I've worked on. One of my favorites was right now I'm doing a Weight Watchers asked me to design a cocktail for them.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just finished designing a cocktail for them that's going to be coming out pretty soon. Just stay tuned.
Nice.
We did a video for that. Last year, I worked on a project for Clamato.
Okay.
So I designed 10 cocktails for Clamato, in a couple of different events, one here in LA, one in New York. So I did that. And so I was doing that concurrent with filming Vanderpump Rules last year.
Okay.
So like the first day of filming, the day before, I was at Toca Madera presenting my cocktails to like BBC, Us Weekly,
amazing.
all that. Yeah.
Wait, I love that.
If you go on like the Instagram for Clamato, guess whose face you see first?
Peter Madrigal? I love that.
Yeah.
More compliments. JSW Coburn 5. Give this man the credit he deserves. Peter always brings the smiles. Another one from them right here. Oh wait, no, that one I just screenshot twice because it was so good. I was like, wait, I need Peter to see all of these compliments he's getting. You literally, people love you. So if you ever don't feel the love, just go into my DMs because they love you.
I will.
Mick 21. Has Sir gotten more busy since the Scandoval or remains the same?
Sir is always busy.
Yeah.
Sir is the mothership. Okay. It's always busy. I mean, on a given night, on a Tuesday, we could be at 200 plus people. On a Saturday, it's 400 plus.
Yeah.
It's to a point where we have to start blocking tables because it's I might not have staff that night. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's always busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, since Scandoval came out, it was like maybe 10% rise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even more people, but still, it's like
Yeah, no,
we're
for
always
sure.
busy. Yes.
Yeah. Brandy 1219. He is so underrated. Why don't we see more of Peter? His interview bites gave me life.
Oh, my interview bites gave me life. I love that.
Natty_love2272. Was his reaction similar when he found out about Jax and Kristen, or was this so much worse for him?
So with Jax and Kristen, I had heard rumors, but I didn't want to believe them. And then my reaction to Jax, and it was at his birthday, I was like, oh, okay, dude, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I told him off. I was all like, like I said, go back and watch the episode. Tom Sandoval comes for you. I'm not getting in the way. You deserve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it was almost similar. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I even said it on there at one of the interviews. I was like, I don't sleep with everything that moves.
Yeah.
Because I was criticizing Jax at the time.
Yeah.
And so this is almost similar. The difference is that one we knew was like kind of like that, and the other one was very sanctimonious and I'm holier than thou type of attitude, and that was the main difference.
Yeah.
For me in general. But the bigger difference is that one, had I not been dating Rachel, I'd have been like, I'm not involved in this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
like,
for sure.
You guys figure it out per usual.
Yeah.
But because I was directly involved to the cover up
and used.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, that's why I'm a little bit more vitriolic in this situation than that other situation that I was not involved in at all.
Right.
It's just some people that I knew, friends.
Yeah.
Okay, that's on you. I'm not getting involved in this. You know what I mean? Because I don't have a leg to stand on. Why would I get involved in this? I'm going to tell you what I think, and then after that, I'm staying out of it.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
This, on the other hand, I was directly involved in the cover-up.
No, totally.
So therefore,
you're the starter pony.
Way different situation.
Soul.jmc, did Rachel apologize to you for the starter pony comment?
Nope.
Shocker!
Whoa! Oh my God.
Jesus. They also want to know, are you and James friendly now?
Yes.
Love that.
Yes, we are.
Care Sims, what is your biggest regret from the show?
My biggest regret from the show. That is an interesting question. I'd have to think about that because looking back on it is like, I don't know. I guess my biggest regret would probably be just Switzerland. But then again, I was never really involved in any of the drama that was going on.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to put myself in, like, because again, I don't have a leg to stand on in a lot of these situations.
Yeah.
Like, why am I going to be telling, you can't be doing that? Well, that's on you.
Right.
I'm not involved in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I can't, like that's, but as far as, my biggest regret on the show, I don't know. Maybe,
Another regret question. MJ's in 89. Does Peter regret going on dates with Raquel now that the Scandoval has happened?
Yeah, actually I do. Yeah. Because had I known that this was happening behind the scenes, I'd
Obviously.
been like, yeah, we're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely I do. Yeah. Then again, no regrets. No ragrats.
Ragrats.
No ragrats. But, I don't regret it. But had I known about it, yeah, my reaction would have been a lot different.
Yeah, of course.
But then everything would be different.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wouldn't have been like, such a shocker. It would have been like at the beginning of us filming, had everyone known. So it would have been like, whoa,
It's
this
so
is what's going
wild
on. Yeah.
watching it back this season. Couple more questions that came in for you.
No.
Aubrey, the weird one, wants to know if there was ever a day work was so stressful it made you want to quit, sir. And was that on or off camera? If there was a day you could think of.
It was off camera.
What happened?
Oh, it was just a lot of walk-ins, a lot of people coming in, not enough staff, had to cover all this stuff, and I was like, I can't, like, this is insane. But you eventually push through it,
Yeah.
But I've had a couple of those days where it's like, oh wow, this is insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've had some of those.
Yeah. Larissa.Shaw, who do y'all want to see cast on next season? I want to see my sister.
Yeah, she should come and work at Sir.
She does not want to work at Sir whatsoever,
All right,
but I want to see more of my sister on the show. You will see a little bit of her in the finale because there was a girls' dinner where we're all dressed in black that she came to with us, and it just worked. I'm like, you need to film more with us. So
what was the dinner about? Like,
it was kind of like
the
a funeral.
theme? Yeah,
it was,
okay,
we just all came
didn't wanna say
together.
it, but-
No, it was basically a funeral, and Ariana showed up. None of us planned our outfits together. None of us group chatted or anything before. This was, I think, the day after I found out about the restraining order. I was not in a good place. I was like, I am not coming. Like, I wasn't even okay to drive at the moment. Like, I was just so shaken
Did
up by
Brock drive
everything.
you?
So my sister did.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, I would really prefer if she can just come with me. And she did, and we all ended up, we got there, we're all in black, and then Ariana rocks up in this like gold tan, and we're like, how perfect was this,
That's
for
amazing.
the funeral.
That's so
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like synced minds, you know what I mean?
Yeah. P. Saris 3, who is your favorite cast member or coworker to work with at Sir off camera?
I mean, I think you can guess at who I'm thinking
Me?
right now. I think you can take a guess right there.
Yeah, I just needed you to say it.
It's Scheana Shay Madrigal.
Literally, like, I could go on and on. There were so many questions that came in for you, but just so much love. There was not one negative thing. I went through every single question that came in. It took me forever because like there were a couple hundred at least.
Wow.
But not one negative comment.
Thank
And
you, everyone.
anytime
Thank you.
I post for like other cast members, there's usually some negative comments, but none for you. So I just thought you should know that. It was
I
a
love you
lot
all.
of love. Yes. I had a few come in for me that I just want to acknowledge at the end because I saw a rumor about me that said I left a party at Coachella because they wouldn't pay me. So to answer your question, Mitty316.
What?
There were 2 parties I went to at Coachella that did pay me. So I was at 2 different parties for work. There was not a party I left. I'm like, are you sure? I saw a blind item. It said like this bar server or whatever. And so people were assuming it was me. But I'm like, was it someone else from our group? Because I certainly only went to parties if it was a job or I wanted to be there. I would never demand to be paid.
Why would you leave a party unless you want to go home and go to bed? Like,
Right.
if you're at a party,
It's
you're
like,
at a party.
I'm not staying unless you pay me. I'm
No,
like, who
come
does that?
on.
So I just wanted to acknowledge that.
That's ridiculous.
Also, if Hilana wanted to know, we know you're angry, but do you ever sit and cry about the situation? That's a hard yes. I have cried a lot about the situation. And they also asked, in hindsight, do you think you should have done a bit more digging into Tom and Rachel? I did quite a bit of digging, and I'm not sure how much you will see in the finale or hear of at the reunion, but I did start doing a lot of digging since the end of January, and it's just crazy how much I was lied to my face over and over and over.
Wow.
And there were other people there, like one of Rachel's old best friends. They're no longer friends. The three of us were questioning, like 2 of us were questioning her, and 3 of us were at dinner. And I'm like, she just lied to our faces as we were questioning her. Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. Nothing would ever happen. Ugh. So anyways.
Wow.
Peter,
Jesus.
What do we have coming up to be excited for from Mr. Madrigal?
What do I have coming up to? Well, I
that you can tell us, because I know there's things that you can't tell us.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of made this announcement yesterday, so I can on Allison's show, because this is my.
Oh.
I did an interview with her again yesterday, so I can talk about it here today, but I can't give any details. But I've started pitching my own TV show. Yeah. So I shot the pilot for it last year.
I love that.
We got the deck being put together right now. So that's being shopped around. So it was going to be pretty interesting what happens next.
Amazing.
So we'll
I'm very excited for that.
And then what else? Well, just go to number1guy.com with the number 1. You don't write out ONE, but you write out NUMBER, the number 1 guy, GUY.com.
I love that.
Yeah, get some
right.
Starter Pony merch.
Can't wait. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
this
you
was
so much.
fun. Loved getting into some shenanigans with you. We'll be back next week, guys.
So that was a very interesting podcast. We learned a lot of new details, a lot of new juicy juice, and I always love when Peter kind of comes out with stuff, because like he said, he kind of sees everything as the manager from different perspectives, and I think just him overly observing, he sees more and knows more than we all realize. So when he does talk, we learn a lot more new stuff. But I always loved Peter. I've loved Peter from the beginning, and I always wish that they gave him more airtime. I don't understand, even like when Brett and Max came about, why they didn't choose Peter to give more airtime to. And I'm hope that maybe they can. He seems like a really great guy. He's down to earth, and he deserves it. And he seems very fun and interesting, and clearly knows a lot of juice that we need to get it from Peter. But I want to know, what did you guys think of this podcast? Did you enjoy it? Did you learn something new? And if so, what was it? Next up, I am working on it as we speak. I'm doing these commentary clips and adding it to the video, but I'm also working. I'm a multitasker. Our next video, I'll give you a little kind of sneak peek, is going to be something to do with Howie Mandel. No, Tom Sandoval is not involved, though Howie does talk about the Sandoval interview. So, this next video, that will be out in a couple days, maybe a day, maybe 2, is very interesting. So make sure to hit that subscribe button to my channel and then the bell so you can get notified when this new video comes out. And of course, when I go live or any shorts and all of that good stuff comes out for you guys. Now, I am feeling a little better, as you can tell by my voice. So I do plan to go live very soon with you all. So by hitting that bell, you will get notified when I will be going live, as well as get a little notification on your timeline saying that this is set to happen at this time. And that way you can hit, again, notify on. So that way you can be notified when the live actually starts. So let's get ready for that so we can have fun all together and discuss all of this insane Vanderpump Rules drama, saga, and news that has been happening, because there's been a lot going on. We just had Ariana and Lisa Vanderpump at the White House with Lala, and then there's been like a rumor going on that Ariana was out in New York with her new beau, and that she was supposedly talking smack about Raquel. In my opinion, because they can't verify if it was actually smack talk. She was probably talking about the situation, and the situation clearly is not a good situation. So I don't think she was talking smack. She was talking about the situation, which clearly is not a good situation. And Ariana has every right to talk smack about Raquel. You don't think that Raquel's not doing the same? In my eyes, everything that we've seen and just how Raquel is, wherever Raquel is at, she is definitely talking smack too. That is her personality. And Ariana, I don't think is talking smack, like I said. I just think she's talking about the situation. And she has every right to talk about it and how she feels about Raquel, which is not going to be good, let alone her ex-boyfriend. It's not going to be good. Look at what they did to her. So you go, Ariana, and these people that are trying to twist it to try to make Ariana look like the bad guy, leave her alone. She has every right, if she even was, to talk smack. So we will discuss all of this and so much more. I mean, there's literally been so much happening. Like, do you believe that Raquel's Instagram really got hacked? Or do you think that was a PR move? There's just been so much happening. We will discuss all of that and more on the live. So I will get that scheduled for us, and we can get this going together. I want to see you all there. So please make sure to hit that bell so you can get notified when that live happens and for the next video that is coming out. And please comment below. I love hearing what you guys have to say about this. And if you like these podcasts, if you like all this juicy juice or the way I set it up with adding my commentary to it, let me know. I want to do what you guys want. Now, there is a lot of new different Bravo shows happening. We have, of course, the Martha's Vineyard Summer House, which I just watched, and oh my God, was it so good. I would love to talk about that with you guys. And all of the new housewife, like we have Atlanta that just started, we have New Jersey that's ending, we have a new Beverly Hills that will be out, and Orange County that we have now confirmed that will be coming. So we have a lot of housewife talk to talk about, let alone everything that's been happening within the Bravo sphere in actual real time, that I will be covering all of that news. So let me know, what do you guys want to hear? What do you guys want to see? I will be happy to do and put that out here on this channel for you. I hope you all had a wonderful time listening to this with me, and I will see you very soon. Again, hit that notification bell, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and comment below how much you just love Vanderpump Rules like I do. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.